So is there a case for the UK being a power in AI? I think there are three cases you can probably make. And I would say that if I'm honest today, the potential massively outweighs the reality. So, case one is we do have a really great AI ecosystem in the UK and particularly in London. There are three big labs really that are meaningful today. There's OpenAI and Anthropic, and then there's Google DeepMind. Google DeepMind came out of DeepMind, which is a London-based startup founded in London by Brits. They sold to Google, sadly, a very long time ago. But I would say probably the most consequential decision made in British AI in the last decade was Demis Hassabis' decision not to move to California when that transaction took place. And as a result, we have 3,000 researchers in King's Cross who've spawned an ecosystem that I think is really world-class. And so I think it's still plausible that things will come out of that will be important and meaningful. That's case for optimism one. Case for optimism two is that the UK really does have extraordinary state capacity in the understanding of the security implications of AI that I think is certainly unparalleled outside the US and China, but arguably in the world. In fact, Mythos, one of the interesting things is that Mythos was made available to two governments, to the US and to the UK. The US obviously in the weird position of simultaneously being a supply chain risk, as Gordon said at the start, and also didn't have the capability to run a full suite of evaluations on it. The one government organization in the world that did and published it was the UK AI Security Institute. And actually, I think it's a very different capability from actually having the frontier labs, but I think it's an important one that might become more important as capabilities improve. The third one I would say is that there is something, particularly in this geopolitical moment, about middle powers and the opportunity for new coalitions. And I think the UK clearly, among middle powers, has a leading position and ability to convene, but also some real assets. The first job I did in government was being the lead negotiator for the AI Safety Summit that Rishi Sunak put on, and it was actually quite remarkable what they achieved, what Sunak achieved in being the convener. So I think as this tension between the US and the rest of the West continues to increase, and I suspect it will, I think there is an opportunity for leadership there.
Yeah.